Hello medicos. Today I will discuss about the types of anemia part 3. I already discussed types of anemia part 1, types of anemia part 2. If you didn't watch, go and watch the video, link also in the description. In those video I already discussed about the sickle cell anemia, iron deficiency anemia, folic acid deficiency anemia and many types of anemia also. And in this video I will discuss about the today's video about aplastic type of anemia, hemolytic anemia and thalassemia. I will also discuss about the histopathology, what is the investigation, what you will see the symptoms in the aplastic type of anemia, hemolytic anemia and thalassemia and differences of this, also causes of this type of anemia. In investigation I will discuss about the what you will find in the blood, peripheral smear and also when bone marrow aspiration you will take, and treatment of these types of anemia like aplastic, hemolytic and thalassemia. What will be the treatment like bone marrow transplantation, also we will provide the drug. So please focus on those. I will discuss with this also with the diagram and histopathology of the video. So let's start the video. First is the aplastic type of anemia. Aplastic type of anemia mostly occur defect in the hemopoietic stem cell and pancytopenia occur. And this is a macrocytic type of anemia because you all know in macrocytic anemia RBC size increases. So aplastic, here you will see that this is normal RBC and in this case RBC size increases and also number of RBC decreases in the case of aplastic type of anemia. So this is normal and this is aplastic anemia patient's RBC. So this is a macrocytic anemia, increase in the size of RBC and also number of RBC decreases and defect in hemopoietic stem cell defect, this aplastic type of anemia. Causes of aplastic anemia like bone marrow defect, bone defect occur, bone marrow defect like effect, hypoplasia causes and defect in the DNA repair. Idiopathic means unknown causes. When causes are unknown, then it is called idiopathic type of. Telomerase defect enzyme like telomerase enzyme defect occur. Fanconi type of the anemia, Fanconi anemia also in case of chemicals, radiation and virus. Chemicals like you all know antimetabolites, like antimetabolite chemical, antimetabolites chemicals, also like chloramphenicol. This causes the chemical. Radiation like UV radiation, this also causes the aplastic type of anemia. And virus you all know like CMV virus, cytomegalovirus, here cytomegalovirus, EBV virus, these all type virus causes the aplastic type of anemia. When this viral infection occur, then patient has aplastic type of anemia because in this case number of RBC decreases and size of RBC also increases. Many times number of RBC decreases. So this is aplastic type of the anemia. And this is the what is the symptoms of this patient. Symptoms like fatigue, bleeding increases in the patient, also fever and pancytopenia. I already said pancytopenia appear in the case of aplastic type of anemia. Weakness, paleness, these are the normal symptom of the aplastic type of anemia. Investigation. In the investigation of aplastic type of anemia, first of all we take blood of the patient. When you will take the blood of the patient, then you will see the pancytopenia occur in the patient of this. Also reticulocytopenia occur in the patient of the aplastic type of anemia. Macrocytic, I already said macrocytic type of RBC, macrocytic and normochromic RBC, macrocytic and normochromic RBC appearance in case of the aplastic type of anemia patient in the blood. Also you will see the hemoglobin level decreases and RBC level also decreases in the patient of the aplastic type of the anemia. So hematocrit value also decreases and also the level of the macrocytic, also size of the RBC increases. Bone marrow aspiration, also we will do bone marrow aspiration and bone marrow biopsy. Bone marrow biopsy, we will see the in the bone marrow biopsy when we will take the bone marrow biopsy, then you will see the hypercellular bone marrow. So hypercellular bone marrow, hyperactive bone marrow occur. So hypercellular bone marrow occur in the aplastic type of the anemia. What is the treatment of aplastic type of anemia? Treatment of the aplastic type of anemia, first of all the treatment, you all know, bone marrow transplantation, because many bone marrow not able to produce new type of RBC, so we will transplant the bone marrow transplantation occur when patient is young, not in the old age, only young patient bone marrow transplantation. Also we will provide the drugs, like drugs, some cyclosporin drug, I will write cyclosporin drugs we will provide the in case of the patient of aplastic type of anemia. So this is the drug of the patient of the aplastic anemia. And also here you will see the report of blood report of the aplastic type of the anemia. You will see the hematocrit value decreases, hemoglobin level also decreases in the patient of the aplastic anemia. Also platelet level abnormality occur, but not very less. It's abnormal also occur in the patient of the aplastic type of the anemia. So this is the blood test, this is the histopathology of the aplastic type. When you will see the histopathological diagram, then this is the aplastic type of the anemia. Second is the hemolytic type of anemia. Hemolytic type of anemia mostly occur due to the excessive destruction of RBC, because you all know hemolytic anemia mostly occur due to the autoimmune, mostly occur in hemolytic anemia is the autoimmune disease. So excessive destruction of RBC number very decreases in case of also damaged RBC. Here you will see destruction of RBC, not decrease only, also destruction of RBC occur in this patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. So excessive destruction of RBC occur in the hemolytic type of anemia. Causes of hemolytic type of anemia is the paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria, means decrease in the also hemoglobin level in the G6PD deficiency also causes the hemolytic type of anemia. Hemoglobin defect in the hemoglobin also occur. ABO or RH incompatibility, also you please learn this. ABO incompatibility or RH incompatibility also causes the hemolytic type of anemia. And autoimmune, I already said mostly type of hemolytic anemia is the autoimmune. So autoimmune hemolytic type of anemia also occur. Lead poisoning also causes the hemolytic type of anemia. And toxin like you all know, Clostridium toxins also causes the hemolytic type of anemia. You already learned in the microbiology Clostridium. And also in the snake venom, this toxin also causes, because in the snake venom level of RBC very decreases. So snake venom also causes, toxin causes the hemolytic type of anemia. What is the symptoms in the patient of hemolytic type of anemia? Symptom like methanoglobinemia, I already discussed. Methanoglobinemia and hemoglobinemia occur in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. So methanoglobinemia and also hemoglobinemia, urine hemoglobinemia, also in the urine hemoglobin found in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. So urine hemoglobinemia increase LDH level. You will see the patient LDH level increases in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. Jaundice, anemia and renal hemosiderosis occur in the patient. So please learn these symptoms. This is very important. Blood hemoglobinuria, methanoglobinuria and urine hemoglobinuria present in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. And also level of LDH increases in the patient of hemolytic anemia. So this is the symptoms of hemolytic type of anemia. What is the investigation? For investigation, we will take the blood peripheral smear. In the blood, you will see the level of hemoglobin also decreases and RBC decreases. Level of RBC decreases. And also in the blood smear, you will see the LDH level increases. In the patient, LDH level increases. And also WBC level also decreases in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. So this is the, also you will see the, in case of the hemolytic type of anemia, erythrocyte sedimentation rate erythrocyte sedimentation rate increases in case of the hemolytic type of anemia. And C-reactive protein, you all know C-reactive protein, which also increases in case of the hemolytic type of anemia. So you will see in the peripheral serum increase of the ESR value, and creatine C creatine increases in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. Also Coombs test, please learn this also. Coombs test is used for the investigation of hemolytic type of anemia. So also learn this. Coombs test is used for the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. This is the investigation. Here you will see the hemoglobin level decreases in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. Hematocrit level also decreases because hemoglobin level decreases. WBC level also decreases in case of the hemolytic type of anemia. And also here you will see the erythrocyte sedimentation rate and C-reactive protein increases in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia. So this is the blood smear of the hemolytic type of anemia investigation. What is the treatment of this patient? Treatment of this patient is the we will provide the blood transfusion in case of the when required, because hemolytic type of anemia also destruction of RBC very high amount in the autoimmune, because it is also autoimmune disorder. So it required the blood. So blood transfusion occur in the patient, and steroid therapy we will provide. In some cases we will provide steroid therapy, because when severe autonomic hemolytic anemia occur, so very destruction occur in the hemoglobins and RBC. So when severe type of anemia, severe autoimmune, I already said this is autoimmune mostly disease, autoimmune hemolytic type of anemia, autoimmune hemolytic anemia. So we will provide the steroid therapy to the patient of hemolytic type of anemia. So this is all about hemolytic type of anemia. This is the investigation. This is here you will see the destruction of RBC occur in the patient of hemolytic type of anemia. Then you will see in the blood smear destruction of RBC occur, and also spleen size increases, and the also liver size increases in the patient of the hemolytic type of anemia also. Okay, this is the histopathology of the hemolytic type of anemia patient. Last is the thalassemia. Thalassemia is mostly occur the quantitative disorder of the hemoglobin. Mostly hemoglobin disorder occur in case of the patient of the thalassemia. There are mostly two types of thalassemia. You all know there are mostly two types of thalassemia: alpha thalassemia and beta thalassemia. In alpha thalassemia, abnormality occur in the chromosome number 11. Here abnormality occur in the chromosome number 11, but in the beta thalassemia abnormality occur in the chromosome number 16. What is the difference? In the alpha thalassemia mostly occur due to the gene deletion of the gene. You all know this occur due to the deletion of the gene. So deletion of gene occur in the alpha type of thalassemia, but beta type of thalassemia occur due to the mutation of the gene. So here is the due to mutation of the gene. So this is a beta type of the thalassemia occur. And beta thalassemia, you all know beta thalassemia divided into three part mostly: mild, moderate type of beta thalassemia, and the severe type of beta thalassemia. Severe, when in examination when he will ask about which is common, alpha or beta type of thalassemia, so you will always correct the beta thalassemia. It is a most common type of the thalassemia is the beta thalassemia. So it is the most common type of thalassemia is the beta thalassemia. And three types beta thalassemia: mild, moderate, and severe. Mild, when the hemoglobin level is greater than 10 gram per deciliter. So this is mild type. Moderate type, when hemoglobin level approx 6 to 7 gram per deciliter. And severe type, when hemoglobin level less than 6 gram per deciliter, then this is called severe type of thalassemia. In this case mostly when very severe occur in this case, and patient death occur in this case of the thalassemia. So this is severe type of thalassemia when hemoglobin level less than 6 gram per deciliter. So this is alpha thalassemia, this is beta thalassemia, mostly occur in chromosome 11, and this occur in chromosome number 16. This is due to the deletion of gene, and beta thalassemia mostly occur in the mutation of gene. And most common type of thalassemia is the beta thalassemia. So please learn these all point, because most of the question asked from this only these two What is the causes of thalassemia? Mostly same causes, both have same causes. Mutation in the gene cell make hemoglobin, so those mutation occur in the gene, so hemoglobin formation decreases in the patient of the thalassemia. So this is mostly occur in the thalassemia patient. Symptoms: what is the symptoms in the thalassemia patient? Also symptoms like anemia occur, anemia because RBC level very decreases, and so here you will see the shape of RBC also abnormal. Here is the normal RBC, here is the thalassemia. So malform RBC, red blood cell occur in the thalassemia patient. So shape of RBC also changes in case of the thalassemia. And stunted growth means the problem occur also in the growth of the babies, also occur abnormal growth occur in the thalassemia patient of the baby. Also hepatomegaly and splenomegaly both occur in the patient of thalassemia, both size increases. And chipmunk faces like chipmunk faces like appearance occur in the patient of the thalassemia patient. And crew cut appearance, like you will see the patient when CT scan you will see, then you will see the hair like appearance occur on the skull, like you will see look like a hair like appearance, so it's called crew cut appearance on the skull. So this is also appear in the case of the patient of the thalassemia. So it is the most important features of the thalassemia patient. And also painless, tiredness occur in the patient, iron overload. What also I will explain what is chipmunk faces. Chipmunk faces like frontal boozing occur and malocclusion of the teeth occur, so this is called chipmunk faces. I will also write when you will have no idea about. So frontal bruising occur in the patient, also frontal like bruising occur in the patient of the thalassemia, and also malocclusion of the teeth. So this is the faces like monkeys like appearance, chipmunk faces like appearance occur also in this patient of the thalassemia. What is the investigation occur in the patient of the thalassemia? For investigation we will take the blood of the and peripheral smear of the patient. You will see in the blood and peripheral smear, in the case of the patient of the level of the hemoglobin decreases, also RBC level decreases in the patient of this thalassemia, also MCV level and MCH level also decreases in case of the, you will see this is in the peripheral smear of the patient, and both decreases. Also MCSC also decreases in the case of the patient of the thalassemia. So you will see this type of the appearance occur in the patient of the thalassemia. Also osmotic fragility, like fragility appearance. So osmotic fragility of the patient decreases in case of the thalassemia. So please learn this. This is very important. Osmotic fragility decreases in the case of the patient of the thalassemia. This is the most characteristic investigation also occur in the thalassemia patient. And this HPLC I already discussed in the other thalassemia. HPLC investigation, it is a investigation of choice also for the thalassemia. So it is a investigation of choice for the thalassemia. HPLC, it is a investigation of choice. So for blood smear, peripheral smear, osmotic fragility. Also you will see here, this is the blood test of the patient of the thalassemia. Here you will see the low MCV and low MCH level. Here you will see low MCV MCH level, and also microcytosis occur, because I already discussed in the short video. If you didn't watch, go and watch those video, only 1 minute video, what is microcytic anemia, what is macrocytic anemia, and what is normocytic anemia. I already discussed this in only in 1 minute, and also I made mnemonics for this, how you learn this. So this is microcytic type of anemia. Like thalassemia, I already make the microcytic type of anemia like Ulce tree. So this is mnemonics for the learn all type of anemia like microcytic, macrocytic and normocytic. So please watch those video. This is macrocytic type of anemia, and hypochromia occur in this case of, and target cell appearance occur also in case of the thalassemia patient, and abnormal type of RBC you will also see in the patient of thalassemia. This is the investigation of the blood of the thalassemia patient. You will see what is the treatment in the patient of thalassemia. Treatment like blood transfusion, because you all know in thalassemia patient always blood decreases after that, because bone marrow not functioning. So it's always required 2 month, 4 month, 1 year, like patient which in case like mild, moderate or severe case. So always blood transfusion required in the patient of the thalassemia. Also iron chelate, because in this case iron overload occurred, so iron chelate we will provide, so decrease the overload of iron in the case of the thalassemia patient. Also folic acid, provide the folic acid for, because folic acid deficiency occur in case of the thalassemia patient, so also provide folic acid. And bone marrow transplantation occur when the patient is required and age is less very, and so this case of the patient we will provide the bone marrow transplantation also. So this is the patient of the thalassemia, and this is very important for the examination like NEET PG FMG. So it's also very important, and these are most important in the thalassemia of patient. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section.